Welcome back to Roofing Insights. I'm your host Dmitry. Today we're taking you all the way to Pennsylvania to show you how they make Equipter. We're going on a company tour. We'll see what the buzz is all about. And you do want to finish this video and stay all the way to the end, because at the end I will tell you how you can win free Equipter for your business. Let's go. Hello and welcome everyone to Roofing Insights. Today we're bringing to you another factory tour. We're in Lancaster visiting Equipter. I wish you could smell what I smell. It's the heart of Amish land here and it smells like a farm.
So we're gonna start over here and kind of circle around and end up back in this area. So how this works on the manufacturing of the Equipter is we bring in the raw steel right here. Raw material comes in, and then we shape it, cut it, and take it to a finished product. Then it comes into a welding area, and where we weld the different assemblies. So of course we're doing everything in batches for a assembly line.
Who built the factory like originally? Is it just you guys just start figuring it out? You have somebody, some mastermind with a manufacturing background?
So it was just a learning process that we did on our own. Ray, the
reverse
VP,
engineer.
Yeah, he just took the processes, broke it down, and just reverse engineered it. It's been a learning curve, but we've really enjoyed it.
So you build your own machinery, like tables like this. Is it custom? Is it purchased?
Some of that is custom. Our engineering design team custom built some of these tables. One of our core values is innovation, so we're always innovating, a better way to build the product, of course, but also a better way to build the product or a better way to manufacture it. So
very cool.
All right, let's get back to work.
So how many Equipters we sold today?
Well, if you're asking,
How many Equipters you sold today?
You didn't buy one yet.
Who is the best seller here? Who keeps the record of most Equipters sold in a day? Or at all?
Talk to these two right
all
here.
good.
Well,
All good.
it's a team.
Yeah.
So how
John's
many?
been here the longest.
So
he's
how many
probably got the
Equipters you
most.
sold today? Is it like?
I didn't sell any.
I'm
here.
Okay, we're gonna do sales training.
It's the
Hey, what's up, guys? Just finished company tour with Equipter. Sitting here with David Byler, general manager of Equipter. So I have a couple questions. I'll see if I can negotiate some kind of deal for my subscribers. I asked like 3 times already, and see if cameras will help to get a discount for you. But I'm gonna start with this. So here's the picture from your website. You're a family-owned business. Obviously, this is your dad. Who are the rest of the people?
So you pointed out my dad already, and then my older brother, Ray.
Okay.
Right
He's
there.
vice president.
He's the vice president, yeah.
Okay.
And then we have a brother-in-law, Jeremiah Weaver.
Okay, I've seen him today.
Yes, he's the vice president of production.
Okay.
And then I have also have Sam Byler.
Okay.
So he's a brother, and he's part of Boost Point,
Okay.
CEO there. And then I also have another brother-in-law just recently moved to Colorado.
Okay.
And another brother that just started his own marketing company. That's Josh.
Okay.
And then of course I'm right there in the middle.
So you guys, at one point of your life, you all work for Equipter. You
Yes.
told me a story earlier. You've been welding, and
Yes.
so take me back 5 years ago, 7 years ago, when all of you were here working welding. What brothers were doing, I guess?
Yeah, so it's a good question because it goes back even further to 15 years ago when Dad invented the RB4000, and then over the years, so we all had a position at some point in either welding or manufacturing or the assembly line.
How is it to work with your family on something like that? Work with your dad. I've seen your mom today bringing lunch to everybody. How's all of that?
It's been really good. Of course, there's challenges in any type of relationship, but we've had a lot of fun over the years, growing the company together. And so, you know, it's really about learning to work together. Dad, he's a visionary. You know, he casts the vision, and I tell you, when he gets an idea, look out. You know, but so we've had a lot of fun with a lot of that. Just each one learning their roles, what we're good at. You know, what the other person is good at, and respecting that, and then you know, carry on.
Like holding traditions is as important as the Bible is to them. It's probably an Amish wedding there. Yeah, that's an Amish wedding in there. You see all the buggies, and out here the youth are playing volleyball.
Yep.
Yep, this is your traditional Amish wedding. You'll see probably a bunch more buggies down on this side for you.
Oh, they're good. Those guys are good. I like their haircuts. They're famous. I like how they tied it to the bucket. Oh, there's a lot of that. Those buckets looks pretty modern. They're not cheaply made. The buckets are not cheaply made.
No, they're not. A new buggy costs about $10,000.
Really? When I see them on Home Depot, I'm like, who's buying them? Well, Equipter is buying them. That's a heavy drill.
So then we just have different welding processes for the different parts of the Equipter. And so here we have an aluminum welding station, and so he's just
So
welding.
how much steel, how much aluminum do you have in the Equipter?
The top half is aluminum.
Okay,
plus some
and
other-
the platform is
the platform is raw steel. So yeah,
This is cool, man. I'm like a little kid.
it's fun. It's exciting. We enjoy it.
So we're here in the heart of Amish land, I call it, right? So Amishes are known for, you know, everything old school. They don't like technology. I mean, they do, but they don't. Everything's kind of, 100 years ago,
Yep.
right? But at the same time, Equipter, it's very innovative product. How much Amish culture influences, Equipter, or like how much impact culture did on Equipter? Because you guys have also Amish background, your dad, and how does it all come around? I mean, for me, it's big contradiction. So you have, Amish person who quit, just goes and creates innovative product.
That's a really good question. Let's see if I can answer that. So, like you said, Dad has some Amish background, and that's influenced it really well in that when he, from that background and that culture, you work really hard. And it's a amazing culture in that way where you do everything to the best that you can. He was in the roofing industry and working hard, doing his best. But it was after about 10 plus years, he was like, there has to be a better way. And so then that, with his visionary mind, was just like, let's build something. So that then, with that culture and that mindset, that also enabled him to build, something to the best of his ability. And he went at it, with a mindset of, I'm going to do this really well. I'm going to build something that works really well.
As far as Amish influence goes, like how did Amish people, look at something like Equipter?
So that's a good question, because when he designed it, that's obviously part of the question. Like, this is really innovative, and we're right here in the middle of Lancaster County. What happened is actually some of the Amish, I would say, are some of our most loyal and best customers.
Really?
Yeah, they.
So they did not turn it down. They say
No.
It's acceptable. What's the rule, I guess? Because I know they don't have cars, right?
Right.
But they have drivers.
Yeah. So no, they're innovative in their thinking. So
Okay.
I respect them a lot for
So
what they do. So
Amish community accepted Equipter.
Yeah.
Things like that.
They're actually pretty good in business, right?
Very good business people, yes.
Really?
Hardworking, very hardworking.
So what's up with the bicycles? They're like different. They're like
The scooters? Yeah, the Amish don't have the bicycles with the seats. They only have the scooters to stand on where you pedal with your...
Why is that?
You're asking me all these tough questions. It's just tradition. Almost everything they do is driven by tradition. Whatever they consider it not to be too modern. But who makes that decision? The oldest bishop.
Oldest bishop. So if there was to be a question, let's say I want to buy a regular bike, and I buy it. Like, is there a punishment for
Oh,
having?
yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of punishment?
They'll excommunicate you from the church and the community.
What's the population like of Amish here?
About 30,000.
30,000. That's it. It's not a lot. And where else in the United States you see a big community of Amish?
There's Amish in Holmes County, Ohio is the largest community in the world.
Ohio?
Second largest is here. The third largest is in Indiana, but there's many other communities scattered throughout a lot of different states.
And this booth over here is the aluminum welding.
How different aluminum is from regular metal?
It's significantly different in how it's welded. One thing with the aluminum is that it's visible, or a lot more visible. So the art in welding it is pretty detailed. So
If you can't grind it.
You don't grind it. So yeah, it's pretty artistic. But we have some really good welders that do a good job.
Is that what drives price up? Cost of aluminum too? Because aluminum is pricier.
Aluminum is pricier, but there's one key factor with the aluminum that we were after, and that's the weight.
Yep.
Again, with the RB4000 primarily being used on customers' lawn,
Exactly.
we had to go to a product that's as lightweight as possible, and aluminum fulfilled that purpose.
How much cheaper would it be if it would be steel?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, but this is definitely something that we pride ourselves in the product being lightweight to minimize the damage on the lawn. So this is the frame that goes underneath the bed. Yeah. Once it's done with this in this booth, you'll have a dump bed ready to put on the RB4000.
Do all of them have a cover, like doors
Yeah.
at the top? All
yeah,
of
on
them?
the RB4000. Yeah.
What is the pose? Is it like keep breathing in it?
So yeah, with the welding, you have fumes
Okay.
that come from the welding smoke. This is basically bringing filtered air from here into his helmet.
So he
to
doesn't
keep-
breathe in front?
Yeah, to keep you from breathing the weld smoke. Plus, we have air ventilators and circulators that then help with the whole job.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It looks like an astronaut.
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't weld without one of those because
Oh, yeah.
it does so well in protecting your lungs and stuff like that.
Roofing community is absolutely struggling right now for labor. Like shortage is unheard of. I just did a post a couple days ago, and everybody thinks leads are the problem. So I did a post, leads or labor, and after like I think 390 votes, it says 61% labor and 39 leads. At Equipter here, do you guys on manufacturing side suffer at all on the labor? Like, do you have labor shortage?
I would say it's a little different than 10 years ago. We have very loyal employees, so we're thankful for that. So overall, I would say it's been healthy.
Does it help you to sell product to roofers who struggle with labor?
It's definitely something we've been hearing throughout the roofing industry. We're talking to customers all the time, and yeah, we're hearing that all the time. Labor is hard to find, and again, it's helped us sell because of the RB4000 essentially doing the work of 1 to 2 guys.
Next question is a little bit political. Trump and sanctions and China relationship, does it affect manufacturing like yours? You know, cost of metal, cost of, you know, products and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I would say directly to that, yeah, we've had price increases on raw material.
Within the last year or
so,
2 years?
Yeah, within the last couple of years. So, yeah, we're seeing the effect
Is
of
it
that.
challenging?
I would say somewhat, but nothing that you can't work through.
Is it possible for product like Equipter become electric like Tesla? As far as technology goes, are you going that way at all?
One of our core values is innovation, so we're always innovating. But is that possible? I think it's possible, but maybe someday.
Do you have competition or copycats or anybody who's trying to copy you and run with it?
Not that I'm aware of, not directly to our product. Yeah.
Do you feel like Ford family in the trailer business?
I wouldn't say that that way, but it's a niche market in the with the roofing industry, and we've loved it because it's an industry we love. So.
It's more like Rolls-Royce because you hand build a lot of stuff. It's not just like your line where robots just put it together. It's very custom, guys.
Where technology and traditions collide.
So how long ago was your Exodus?
Almost 13 years ago that I left the Amish. Oh boy.
You look like Amish. So what's the deal? Like
That was right after I left the Amish. I hadn't changed anything traditionally yet.
So how old were you?
28.
28?
Yeah.
You got licensed at 28? Why so late?
Because I was Amish. Amish don't drive. I got my first driver's license right after I left the Amish.
Okay. So why did you decide? Like, were you married?
Yes, I was married. My oldest son was 5-6 years old.
So what made you decide in your wife? What led to it?
Basically because we saw that the Amish were not living life according to the Bible.
Okay. Did you start going to different church?
Yeah.
What church?
We went to, the first church we went to after we left the Amish was a small non-denominational church called Charity Christian Fellowship.
Okay. And then that's pretty much opened your eyes on the Bible, and that's what
our eyes were open before that, which is what led us to making those changes. So yeah.
Okay. And then what happened next? So you go to church, you start talking about it, and how do you make a decision?
To leave?
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah. It's very hard to break out of the culture because of the excommunication and the shunning. Now there's some documentaries that BBC did called Trouble in Amish Paradise.
Okay.
Those are accurate.
What is that about?
That's about Amish people leaving.
Okay.
It's like basically it's my story. That's our story. It's not us, we're not in the movie or in the
Sure.
documentary, but it's pretty much our story. You basically get ostracized from the community. Even though we still live here, our involvement with the Amish community is very minimal.
How you guys doing? So this is customer care? Yep, you got it. How many Equipters broke today?
Yes.
Be honest.
Equipters broke or parts?
Yeah, parts. I guess Equipters don't break.
I'd say maybe 5, 6.
5 parts broke? What kind of parts?
It's anything from the main stuff that we had today was one of them was a few wear plates. The other one was the tailgate was drifting open a little bit. So it's an inside cylinder seal, which we don't manufacture those. But we get them back to our vendor, and then they get us a new cylinder, so we trade them out to the customer.
Let me know.
If I buy a brand new Equipter today, what would I expect? Like most common problem, like most common repair?
Most common repair is a hose that gets hit on something while backing it into a dumpster. Or guys, most common problems are misuse.
Misuse?
Yep.
So like busted. How about winter? Is the winter harsher, like pressure or anything?
Not really. We don't see a whole lot of results from sitting outdoors even in the winter.
Just like guys running into stuff?
Yep. Most common one is the back outrigger hoses. They go back into a dumpster and try to get as close as they can so they can get it in the whole way.
I like how they trained. They train like Equipters don't break, it's parts. Love it.
So we actually produce this whole thing here as well. So,
You do this?
Yeah.
This is in-house?
yeah.
Really?
This is the drive axle. So this is what actually drives the unit.
So you make this here?
Yeah.
How? Like, you have
just
machines?
processing. Yeah. But we'll get some of the parts. You know, obviously this gets bought in, but we assemble everything here.
I see.
Yeah. From your weld area for your main frame,
Okay.
it rolls over here and then comes into the paint process. So we have the cleaning booth. You know, degrease it. You got to degrease the metals. Get it ready for the application of the paint.
how do you degrease it?
So it's got, we have chemicals that are sprayed on and like a high pressure wash system. And then that takes the grease and dirt, anything off the raw metal.
This is a big box.
Yeah.
So just hand spray.
Yeah, so it's hand sprayed. Everything gets cleaned off. So anything
This is
that,
a creepy room to be in.
I know.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of there. After it's degreased and ready for the application, then they
Another astronaut.
another astronaut take it in there and go apply it. go apply
Astronauts
the paint.
everywhere.
So he's actually painting right now, so I'm not sure how much time we should spend in there. This is now the actual.
Tyvek. That's another use for Tyvek. House wrap.
But that's where the paint is applied. So you know now they apply a 2-coat paint system, a primer, and then the finished paint, and it'll roll out of there black.
What is your biggest challenge at Equipter right now?
Biggest challenge, I would have to say complying to the state regulations.
Really?
Yes,
They trying to regulate?
trying to regulate.
Is it on the driving because it's a DOT, how it drives on the roads,
It's-
or it's where are regulations?
It would cross into the DOT and some of that and it's more on how the company operates.
How you build them? I guess
yeah.
safety standards. You
Some-
don't have to do
some
any crash tests, do you?
No,
you have-
no crash tests.
What kind of tests you have to do?
We would do we would do design tests, you know, stress tests on the products, the welds, and you know all of that. So, yeah, there's testing that goes involved.
How about OSHA and safety risks?
So, with it being a material lift, there's not a whole lot of regulations to a material lift. So,
Not really.
we've had good conversations with OSHA, and they love the product because, you know, essentially it's a safer, fall resistant. You know.
As far as
so-
roofing goes, it's just different applications. On the equipment, it's probably more challenging.
Yeah.
So
Can you get this roof for me? Do you see how it's old and new? It's the weirdest thing ever. I see so many of them. Like they didn't replace entire roof. They replace. It's like the weirdest thing ever.
So here's a whole bunch of school kids walking. School just got dismissed.
So that's the house of the school.
That's a school there, yeah, one-room school.
What kind of schools? What kind of school system?
So it's called a parochial school. It's like a private school. They go 1st to 8th grade. So the Amish don't go to high school.
They don't. Why not?
Actually, isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
See that old the buggy there?
King's Roofing.
Yeah.
It's Equipter right there.
Equipter right there.
Do you have a big family, like parents and?
Yeah, I'm 8, and my wife, there were 6 in her family. So
Are they still Amish?
We have 7 children. My family, most of my family is not. Most of my family left the Amish after we did,
Oh, really?
but her parents, her family is all Amish. Yeah.
It's hard.
So on this farm right here is where my father was born. 1945, right there.
Wow.
So back to the assembly line. After the paint process, the main frame comes out. Obviously, everything's painted, it's black, and then it comes into the assembly line for the finished assembly. And this is then where they install the hydraulics, the engine, the tires, basically anything that for the final assembly to make this.
So not a lot of
machine that it
automation.
is.
Everything is pretty much.
Here it's labor.
Custom.
Right.
What machine is this?
This is actually the RB2000.
The smaller one.
The smaller one, yeah.
A lot of roofers buying those, or?
It's primarily used in the roofing industry, yeah. So we've had it actually complements the RB4000 really well in that, again, if the RB4000 is too big to get to a certain spot, the RB2000.
How do you usually transport it?
So this you'll have to load into another trailer or truck or another device.
What's the
So
price tag on this one?
This one currently is at $14,900.
14,000.
Yeah.
Can you tow it behind your car?
No, so this one is not towable, so it's not a trailer. So you have to load it up onto another trailer. The unique thing about this one here is that it's under 3 foot wide, so it's really, really compact.
Like
So
between.
you could actually get into like a single gate opening, privacy fence. It's
Very-
really narrow. And plus it's also less than 8.5 feet long. So less than 3 foot wide, about 8 feet long.
You can keep it in your trailer.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But what's the capacity of the box?
It's just over 1 cubic yard. It'll hold 1,500 pounds.
1,500 pounds.
15, yeah.
How tall does it get? It's like 10 feet of the ground.
It'll reach 7 feet to the bottom of the
7?
bed. 7 feet. So typically, you'll be able to dump it into a dumpster.
This is not fully extended. You still can.
It is. I think it's fully extended here.
Okay, so-
you can dump it more.
Oh, you can dump it.
Yeah, you
more.
can dump it. So you can lift it up and dump it. Let's say you want to dump it into a dumpster or another dump trailer or something.
How do you operate it? So it's all here.
Yeah, that one. Yep. That
So
one's
you
operated
just
there.
go behind?
This is your drive system.
So is it back and forth or?
Yeah. Yeah. So you're gonna walk with it as it drives. Okay. And then here you have your box features, your lift, your dump, and then also your stabilizers.
What kind of engine is this?
It's a Honda engine, so it's
270. Like, is it?
so it's an 11 horse Honda engine. The RB2000 has been in the not necessarily new development stage, but in the development stage, and so
Some upgrades.
it's just as of recently coming into the assembly line for mass production.
Very cool.
So that's why some of the
What is this? Like hours used?
so that'd be an hour's used for your
Oh, for
engine.
the engine?
Yeah. Yep.
Very cool. So one of the biggest concerns that I see from the contractors about Equipter, obviously, it's the tires and the grass. Did you ever get a complaints from the customers direct that maybe they contacted you because of ruined grass, and how big of the problem it is, and what's your feedback from the contractors? I
no,
know it's
that's-
really big.
It's an excellent question. We've had several customers say, it does this, leaves some damage. We'll ask them questions like, okay, well, what happened? And again, typically it's like,
After
well,
rain.
it just rained 3 inches and there's bad water runoff. Well, okay, your foot is going to make an imprint in the lawn, So, but typically, the typical feedback we get is guys say that it doesn't leave any ruts in the lawns, and that it does very little damage to customers' lawn, landscape.
How much does it
property.
weight?
Empty, it's at 4,000 pounds.
4,000. But the tires are
Mhm.
really, really wide.
Yeah, so it has the wide tires. Plus, if you compare weight to like a material lift, JLG lift or something like that, they're 20,000 pounds. So comparable to a similar product, it's really lightweight.
You mentioned during the tour that you have some kind of solution in case if it's softer or you have to be more protective. Is it like a pad or something you said?
Yeah, so there is a what we call a track mat.
Okay.
That's an optional accessory that you can store underneath the bed of the Equipter.
How does it work? Like, what is it?
So it's a 2 foot by 6 foot mat, and typically guys will get 4 of them, so you can lay them down in a really soft lawn and then just drive right over that.
Do you guys use it? Like, or
Yeah.
how
yeah,
popular is it?
I would say it's somewhat popular. It's not like you need it. It's more for the areas that get a lot of rain, like I said, bad water runoff situations.
What breaks the most and what's the most common repair on Equipter? What part or accessories?
It's got a Honda engine, so you have the typical maintenance there, engine oil, and so you'll get calls for a carburetor in the engine. There's a lot of moving parts, obviously.
Yeah. Well,
But
it's really well built. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Like, just like, for example, I have a steamer. It's a $5,000 steamer.
Mhm.
And when we do ice dam removals, it would be like busted hose or like
Mhm.
little connection that under pressure always goes off. It's a $5 thing that 5
Mhm.
minutes to replace. I'm just curious on such a massive equipment. Like, what would be like on our dump trailers? It's just a dump trailer. Like, we have problems with the batteries. They would not be charging when you drive. Like, I don't know, weirdest thing, especially when it's cold. So we just know you have to carry those. But there's not. You're right. There's not much to them. But at the same time, in yours, there's a lot to it. But I'm just curious what to expect, and if there's one thing that breaks first, maybe 3 years down the road, what would it be?
Probably, with it being an electric start, so you have
Starter?
multiple things there. You have the starter, say it's probably one of the
Something with the engine, just like
something with the engine, because that's that's a direct drive, and so electric start. You have the battery for the electric start.
if contractor will lose 1 or 2 jobs, that's it. You lose $15,000 job because you didn't have Equipter. Boom, you start thinking fast. Hey, you guys did not sell anything. How many leads you gave them today?
Listen.
You placing over again?
Why do you think we're all standing around?
Just sign the dotted line.
So, and then what, you notify Bishop that you're leaving?
No, we didn't have to do that. Word gets around pretty quick.
So you start going to other churches?
Yeah, we told our parents, but then other than that, we didn't necessarily tell people. It just word gets around the community pretty quick.
And then they pretty much did a meeting, and is there like a ceremony of exclusion?
Correct. Yeah.
Without you or with you?
Well, without us, we were told to be there, but we didn't go. So then they did it without us.
You're a rebel.
Hey, once I made my decision to leave, that was it.
They told us to be there, and we did not go. Okay, and what's next? They stopped talking to you? Like, did it affect like business or work? Like you go buy from somebody and they would not sell to you? Is that
That's correct. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They would not do business with you?
Correct. So the Amish stores, Amish business people would not do business. Some still did, but some of them didn't, depending on how conservative a mindset they had.
So Amish people don't do business with not Amish people?
They do, but not with people that have left the Amish. They're not supposed to.
That's messed up. So they would do business with me, but they would not do business with you.
Correct. And you can be the most worldly, ungodliest person that ever existed, and they'll do business with you.
So listen, if you need to buy something from Amish, just ask. I'll get it for you.
You'll get it for me?
Yeah. I'll just charge you a small fee.
Right.
Upsell. They can buy stuff from Amish from you.
Don't worry. There's plenty of other places I can go to buy stuff. If they don't want my money, then so be it.
So if Equipter would be Amish product, and because hold on, how does that work? Because did they live too?
They did.
And how come Amish is buying from them?
Some of the Amish do, some wouldn't.
Oh really? Some Amish would not buy Equipter, but it's popular, so it means most people do.
Right.
It's messed up. So
It's very messed up, and it's very inconsistent because some will and some won't.
and because they really probably want it or like it or whatever.
Yeah, and sometimes it's also some of their decisions are based purely on convenience. Like, you know, they'll just look the other way if they really have to have it. So.
This is so cool. Those bikes are so cool.
Here's an RB4000 in production. So it just goes from different stages in the assembly. You know, of course, they put the electrical wiring, the lights, you know, all of that.
And
all
this
that
is
stuff.
towable. You just
Yeah. So
drive.
this is the unit that is towable. This is the one that we've been manufacturing for about 15 years now. So this is what we.
How many
initially-
changes did you go through?
Oh, we've
lots?
gone through a lot of changes. Yeah. The initial concept and innovative ideas is still there. It's just, you know, how it operates, how it functions, different products that we use. You know.
Makes sense.
So yeah, like I said, then it just goes from stage to stage in different steps of the process.
What's your start to finish like timing? Like from you start making Equipter to the end? Like you say, you do 10 per week.
Yeah,
so
so it's, well, of course.
Can you
it
build
being
like
more,
in a day or two? Or?
Well, it
Well,
being an
painting,
assembly
I guess.
line, yeah, I wouldn't even know the answer to that because of the different stages of that it goes through. So, you know, we have them in there, and plus they do it in batches. You know, you'll have a batch of one product and then it sits for a while.
So you're gonna do like this, and then you can do
Yeah.
smaller ones.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, here's where they put the engine on. They put the drive axle, the drive system. Once it's done in this stage, the engine is ready to operate. You know, they put gas in it and take it over there, and then they install the tires and get the thing ready to drive. And then one of the last processes is install the
box.
the box, dump container.
I guess it eats a lot of hydraulics, huh?
So yeah, I mean, with it being the direct drive, so you start the engine up, and then that pumps your oil. And then you have your manual controls here to operate your steering, your wheel lift, of course your dump bed features, stabilizers, and then that circulates the hydraulic oil.
So you open them manually then?
Yes, those are all manual.
Freaking heavy.
You'll get a good idea then on the actual product.
Ouch. I'm weak.
So once it rolls out of this bay, you should end up with a finished product. So, and then this is where we end up here. In this bay here, they'll finish the decals, you know, put all the branding on it, and warning labels.
Just look at the size of this thing. It's a bigger tire. Wow. CrossFit. Now this is a big tire. So I guess for the grass you have to have it.
So the idea from the beginning was something, yeah, the wide tires,
As wide.
so the larger imprint, so you're not sinking in the lawns. So this is it here. This is the finished product. I'll let you run it if you want to.
I want to.
I'm at it.
That's why I came here. If you would have to guess, I don't know if you have data for it or not, what state has the most Equipters right now?
I'd have to say probably Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania?
Mm-hmm. And reason for that is obviously being based here,
Yep.
but it's pretty much become the industry standard in here in Lancaster, in the surrounding
Want
cities.
somebody- yeah.
Again, because if someone's doing a roof with an Equipter and then you see a neighbor getting one without an Equipter, you see the difference. And so typically homeowners are looking for a contractor that has an Equipter.
So they start creating demand,
Yeah.
and contractors to compete and be
Mhm.
competitive.
Mm-hmm.
They start looking.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say more contractors here have Equipter than contractors who don't have Equipter?
Yeah, it's more common in Pennsylvania. Like if you don't have an Equipter and you do roofing, it's a little odd.
Huh.
So definitely the
Interesting.
industry standard here.
What other states are very, very popular and like picking this trend up? I see a lot of guys in Michigan for some reason. They
Yeah,
just-
Michigan. There's
I didn't see them
it's
like
trending
in
there.
Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's not a standard. I can tell you. Like
Mhm.
I've never seen Equipter on the streets in the road. I never have anybody ever ask. So
interesting because we have customers nationwide. I mean, as far as trending, I'd have to say Ohio. You know, it's kind of I'd say it's branching out quite a bit, and
Sure.
so the trends tend to go with that.
what's your take? I mean, it must make you proud that it becoming a standard, like Philadelphia said. But what's your vision for roofing industry? You know, overall, like with
Mhm.
Equipter and your
Mhm.
vision, where you guys
Mhm.
going? I mean, you have 4 products already. Are you
Mhm.
planning to do more?
Mhm.
I mean, what's your take on the industry? I guess.
Yeah, with our history in the roofing industry specifically, we love the roofing industry. That's where we come from. That's our background, and one of our mottos is that we're driven to advance roofing, and so our goal is to see roofing become more professional in our approach, in obviously in our sales marketing, but also in the completion of the job.
Yeah.
You know, up until the last 10 years, it's a blue tarp is just okay, but
Yeah.
I think
Physical
our customers deserve better. Every other industry is advancing in robotic machines and innovative equipment, and I see the roofing industry also can benefit from that, and so that's what we see. We want
I wanna see
professionalism, but
I wanna
also
see
the
robots on the roofs.
yeah, I know. Be safer, right? So
No, they're heavy. They might go through through the plywood and make some damage.
but yeah, that's our goal is to advance the roofing industry in professionalism, but also the efficiency.
Well, and the labor too. Like, I mean, if you like right now, you have to throw shingles on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
pick them up. I mean,
Mhm.
that always drives me crazy. The problem is the guys who are doing it, they're like the cheapest labor. They're usually
Mhm.
not allowed even to be on the roofs. They're
Mhm.
like laborers, but
Mm-hmm.
it's harder and harder to find even those laborers.
Yeah,
You know?
and is it fair to them? The
Exactly.
cheapest labor, but yet they probably have the most demanding or difficult task of
Exactly.
throwing whatever it may be, 7,000 to 10,000 pounds of debris in one
And-
day.
and why would you do that? Like,
Right.
it's just dumb. Like,
Yeah.
work smarter, not harder. Right?
That's right. So if you want, hop on it, and you can take it outside if you want.
Sure.
That
So
way
how
there's
does
more
the-
space. Yep. Here's your parking brake.
Okay.
Here's your-
This is the upper. This is how we operate.
Your throttle. Yeah. For your engine speed.
Okay.
Here's your steering. And this is your drive.
Okay.
So when you're ready, just disengage the parking brake.
I like it.
That's for one of the additional accessories, or the roof chute and the gutter shield go in there.
Okay.
And that's the storage.
I see. It's actually very easy. I mean, very intuitive.
Yeah, yeah. Our idea from the beginning was to make something simple. You know, it doesn't take a long time to learn or big learning curve. It's so from the design of it, even the concept of the disengage and the engagement of the drive system. So, you know, of course, right now it's the drive system is engaged, but when you connect it to your truck, these front tires come up, and then that automatically disengages the drive system, you know, the drive axle, so that now it can freewheel like a trailer.
Okay.
Because, you know, that's sometimes that doesn't compute with
No,
everyone in that, like, okay,
I get it.
it's a piece of equipment that drives, but also then you got to make it like a trailer. So, but that all happens automatically. I'll show you here. I'll just lower the stabilizers. You can, now when you want to connect it to your truck, it puts you on your ball hitch, and like I said, automatically disengages the drive system. So now, you know, now you can't drive it because now it's a trailer. So it's really quick and easy. You get to the job site, bring them down, and you're ready to roll. What's really nice about it is literally within minutes, you can have one guy have this thing set up, ready to collect debris.
I've never met anyone who would look at the Equipter and would not be amazed. So we know the fact that every roofer who looks at it makes sense. Like, he looks at it, he understands, he needs it, but yet, like, contractors not ready to buy them. A lot of contractors just would not even put it on the list, and like, even like myself, it's a hard decision, not because of the price tag. So let's list reasons why contractors are not buying Equipters. Reason number one. I would list, like, if I would tell me if you see it from other contractors. The reason number one is a relationship between contractor and a subcontractor. Because if a subcontractor have, you know, 4 or 5 guys working for him, he doesn't really need it or doesn't understand it. Contractor can't force it. I mean, that's a relationship in between, because it's not employees of the business, they're subcontractors, and you can't really tell them what to do, and it makes no sense for the contractor to do it for them. What other reasons do you see why a contractor's not buying?
I mean, I think right along with that is the process. I mean, we've been doing it this way for so long, right? And so I think you mentioned it earlier in the fact of, you know, you take a dump trailer, and we're used to taking just a dump trailer to the job site. You add the RB4000, where you're adding another piece of equipment to take along. So it's changing the mindset, really. We're used to just buying some cheaper items, and we can do a roof. So changing the mindset of how and the process of getting this done. Like, is it actually worth me having a dump trailer and an RB4000, or changing the process, my process of a business, to have both of these there,
So
just to take care of trash. I mean, I say just.
Reason number two, not being open-minded, which contractors are known for. Being closed-minded, I've been doing it for years. Okay, I can see that. What other reasons? What other objections did you guys see or hear?
Objections. I mean, I know price is one, and I touched on that just a little bit ago, of the fact of, like, well, we're used to having a dump trailer and an air compressor, and, you know, for 15 grand we can be up and running with a roofing business. So, you know, look at an investment like this. Well, we're not used to doing that in the roofing industry. So,
but I think price is the easiest objection to justify, because numbers are there. I mean, having 2 employees for a couple of months, I mean, it pays for itself.
this one is still, of course, still partly in production, so we don't have any warning decals on it. But they'll let us take it for a test spin. Yeah, so you got to turn that on, and then it's a.
You have to start here.
Just start it with the pull crank. Yeah.
I like this one even better. It's so simple.
Yeah, this is really neat.
Heights LLC?
New Heights LLC, that's the manufacturing branch of the two companies.
Of Equipter?
So, yeah. So New Heights LLC is the manufacturer, and then Equipter is the dealership
I see.
that sells the product.
How many Equipters you have around territory here?
So all of the Equipters are sold. So we have about a 2-week lead time right now.
Oh, so
And so they're these here are all getting are
how do you
waiting
ship,
to be shipped.
How do you ship them?
We'll put them on a truck. Typically, we'll use
Like third
LTL,
party?
third party, yeah, or customers will come pick up.
It's a bigger talk, employees versus subcontractor,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
I personally know out of in my network only 2 contractors who have employees, like
Mhm.
don't use subs. It's almost
Mhm.
impossible because by the time you pay, subcontract employees
Mhm.
direct, it's ridiculous. But if they're a sub, now it's really hard to enforce them to do it your
Mhm.
way.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I mean that you make a good comment there in the relation there of how our businesses are operating, and so I think from seeing how does the Equipter fit into that is the thought of the customer, the value to the customer in, okay, we sell and we market, we sell our jobs, but how does the job actually get done? And so if we can see the value in how the job gets done with the right equipment and the value to the homeowner, obviously that brings referrals back to your business. Yeah, I think you make a good statement there.
I would make, the more I think about it, I would make one more argument why contractors are not buying Equipters, because we went, like the whole roofing industry within the last, I would say 5-10 years, went in direction towards sales from workmanship. So before it was, I'm a business owner, I own, warehouse, I own employees, so like we're proud of workmanship. And with the storm chasing being on the rise, it's all becomes sales driven, and sales guys, they don't care. They don't care who does the work. It's all about how many contracts I can sign and how fast can we produce. And when you have that approach, now who does it, like your image, how you do it, what you say, it doesn't really matter. And I personally hate it, because for me, like we need to start taking pride of what we actually do. And
Absolutely.
we take, like a lot of business owners in the roofing industry, they take pride in their sales, and we're like $1 million producers. We don't say like 100 roofer installer. We say $1 million producer. That's pretty much on the pedestal now. So that's where everybody wants to be, because it's easier money.
Yeah.
And I feel like because of that culture, we going after sales, and now like talking about Equipters, it's not sexy, it's not popular. Why do I need that? I can sell it without it. And I feel like it needs to turn the direction. We need to switch back to workmanship and convince homeowners and everybody else, like, no, it is about work, it's not about sales. But it's hard, because I mean, it's also capitalism. Like money talks. It's sales, and
But I think that's where we can make the difference in bringing it back to workmanship and doing business the right way, doing the work the right way, treating the homeowner the right way, from the beginning to the end. And so that's one of the things we've focused on, is the process of this roof getting done. This is where the Equipter shines, obviously. It shines also in the sales part, because you present this to a homeowner. Hey, we're going to do the job correctly. We have the right equipment to do the job.
I like how he puts. See how he puts stickers on. I think you missed the spot. I'm just kidding. Oh, you're gonna ruin it, man. Don't ruin it. That's it. You messed it up. It was perfect till you touch it.
So you'll have this one plus one on the side.
Oh, this is just the truck bed then.
Yeah, the truck bed.
Okay.
So your brake be mounted to this part right here, the side of the truck. So you want to lower this down, and essentially you'll do it in the middle. But
Yep.
for the example here,
Yep.
unlatch it, and it offsets the weight of the brake. So it feels like it'll take. Basically, it springs up by itself. So with the weight of the brake.
And you're talking about commercial, like brake for like siding gutters work, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the brake?
Yeah, your traditional 10-foot
Yep,
bending brake. So. And then it puts it into position here of a working platform. So now you can operate it. I mean, typically it'll be mounted a little higher, but operate your bending brake. And in the in the roofing industry, you're using it for what, 30 minutes a day, sometimes maybe a little bit more. But it's that like you're only using it for a little bit, so but yet you got to take it to the job site, right?
Yeah.
This is an easy way to have it on the side of your truck all the time. Out of the way when you don't need it. When you need it, it brings it down into a working position. You finish up.
I like it.
And then it puts it back up in the storage position.
Very cool. What's your favorite equipment that you have 4? What's your favorite?
By far the RB4000.
4000?
Yeah. Just because of how much it's changed the industry and how much it changes the way you do something. I mean, going from a blue tarp to state-of-the-art equipment and just what that changes. So.
Do you have any Equipter internal jokes?
Oh man, Amos helped me out with that one.
He's smiling.
I don't.
Give us a Equipter joke.
Well, yeah, we sales is constantly asking marketing for qualified leads, and we joke back and we say, well, if we qualify them to the extent you want them qualified, we won't need a sales team. We'll just close the sale. So
You can see
that's
that.
one of the jokes that we have going back and forth.
I talked to your mom earlier. It was like the cutest thing ever. So their mom comes in every Thursday and just brings lunch to everybody. I got to talk to her, and it was like, when everybody is like, "Thanks, Mom," it was like the cutest thing ever. What's behind it, like?
So she's done that for years, and she enjoys it. She loves it. What's behind that really, and why do we keep doing that? Is one of our core values is relationships, and so obviously that extends to our customers, but it also to our employees. And so we want to build a company off of core values, and again, one being relationships and keeping the family atmosphere. And it's hard to do these days because everything's business and corporate, but we really want to strive to keep a family atmosphere and good relationships.
And I noticed religion is a pretty big part of Equipter too. How big is religion here?
Yeah, it's actually a big part of what we do. We strive to honor and glorify God in whatever we do. So we're really thankful to what He's given us to do, and we're just trying to be faithful to His blessings. So this is the CR 8400. So this actually, it has a dump bed on it. With removable sides, so it can act as a flatbed trailer. It's also self-propelled, so like our other products. Then it also has a mobile crane on it, or a crane. So essentially, you can drive it around, lift your materials with this crane.
How tall does it go?
It'll go up to about 29 feet.
So this is
We can
how
get
much
it
is
functioning.
this one?
This one runs at about 45 grand.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So this is the most expensive one?
Yeah, this is most expensive. The thing with this product, it finds it's very useful in other industries as well. You look at tombstone deliveries, hot tub deliveries, so other niche markets, niche industries for something like this.
I can see that.
So it's the same as some of the other products. It's under 6 foot wide, so it's compact. It's got a tight turning radius. Some of the unique features of what we build.
I can see like in the new construction, you build in a house, missing the walls and stuff, you can deliver like Even like freaking windows, like it's something
Yeah.
super, super big. Well, thank you so much for hospitality, inviting me here. This has been great.
I'll say it's been good having you here. So thanks for stopping in and taking a look at the plant. So,
Sure. So what we're gonna do for our subscribers? What's the deal? How much we're gonna give them off? 1% off. We have a marketing director here, sales director run away because he doesn't want to have this conversation. So for all our it's end of the year. I actually see it even on the board there. It says end of year special. So let's do end of year roofing insight special. If somebody wants to buy Equipter right now, what kind of offer, best offer, make best offer to our audience?
well, I mean, since you brought it up, they're the end of the year special. So we have a promotion going on. That's actually a couple options, but one being almost $1,700 savings. So.
Okay.
Mention this video.
Get 1% off.
No, wait a minute. I might be able to get you a gift card or something. But
All right. Gift card for being subscribed to Roofing Insights. Subscribe, get a gift card. All right, man. Good to see you guys.
thank you.
What do you guys think about Equipter? Comment below. We would like to hear from you. Do you like our company tour videos? Who else would you like us to visit? At the beginning of this video, I told you that we're going to give away Equipter. Here's what you have to do. Exactly 1 year from now, right before Thanksgiving in 2020, we're going to give away one free Equipter from Roofing Insights, no string attached. All you have to do, you have to be subscribed to this channel, you have to follow us on Facebook, you have to follow us on Instagram, and you have to be in business for at least 1 year. If you do all of that, we want you to comment below on this video. Exactly 1 year from now, we're gonna come back, read the comments. We want to hear from you. We want to see if you like Equipter, if you can use it in your business, and if you did in fact follow us on those accounts. All you have to do is comment below your name, your company name, your handle on Instagram, and your username on Facebook. Exactly 1 year from now, we're gonna read all the comments and we're gonna come up with the list of people that checked out, they are still subscribed, they're still follow us on Instagram. We're gonna pick a winner and we're gonna arrive at your business with a brand new Equipter. Comment below. You have the whole year to do so. I'll see you guys in the next video or on the next company tour.